both if it lets me. All right, so meeting is now recording. And let me switch over because we're set the legal ID, so it's about time to flip and put this on the radio, and we'll get started. And I'll try once again to see if I can get this stream going. Oh. All right, and here we go. KLK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Monday. Happy Labor Day, everyone. This is Community Conversations. Kate Wonder is here with you, joined by Kabila Jones, host of Community Conversations. And we are also via Zoom and on the radio as well. And joining us today is Tony Thomas of the Craighead County chapter of the NAACP. Always a pleasure to have Tony join us. So I'll just kind of get some updates of all the things going on. Of course, we got that voter registration coming up on the 19th, and we've got the Freedom Fund Gala coming up as well. Lots of things that are going on in the community. So, Tony, why don't you just go ahead and kick us off and just give us an update on what's all going on.
All right. Good morning, everyone, again. And I want to join Leganzi in saying happy Labor Day to all of the people who are listening and everyone that's with us here on today. As he stated, it is a very busy time coming up for the local chapter of the NAACP in that we have a number of events of importance that are forthcoming for the community. And so we definitely want to spend a little time just updating you today and giving you an opportunity to plug into the various events that will be transpiring over the next few weeks. And all of our members, all of our volunteers, we're just encouraging you to get ready, hold on, and enjoy the ride as we move forward with this Friday, September the 11th. Our Freedom Fund Gala takes place this year. This is actually the second annual event for the local chapter of the NAACP. It is one of our signature fundraisers, and it is one of our signature events where we get to, I guess we can say, acknowledge some trailblazers in our communities for the wonderful things that they're doing. That event is a virtual event this year due to the ongoing pandemic. It will still have a presence at the Glass Factory downtown. And then most people will be able to chime in. There'll be a small group of about 25, 30 so that we can socially distance. They're at the Glass Factory downtown. And then everybody else is able to chime in via the live link that will be provided a little later in this week. I know they're looking at a couple of different venues for that. I know Facebook Live is one of those venues. I know that we're looking at trying to stream on YouTube as well. And so that's in the works right now, and all of that information will be forthcoming. But the event is this Friday night, September the 11th. It begins at 6, all right? And we're anticipating it'll go until about 7:30. For those that will not be at the event in person, we're saying dress up, log in, and have another wonderful blast with us. There will be a lot of, we'll be asking for live pictures to be sent in of you, where you're at in your decor. You know, one of the great aspects of the gala is the picture taking in front of the banner and how all that is blasted over the web and blasted on Facebook for days to come. I know I get my yearly dress up shot.
That's your headshot.
Yeah, I normally get that yearly shot there. And so this year we're going to be asking individuals to where you're located, take photos, send them in. We're going to be showing those as a part of the event as well. But also there will be prizes and awards for various different categories for being best dressed and different things like that will be announced as a part of the evening activities. And so as always, we're looking for a momentous time. We're looking looking for an engaging time, but most of all, we're looking for an opportunity to share information about the NAACP. We're also looking for information. We're also looking to, again, to recognize some individuals who've contributed into wonderful ways to the advancement of issues here in Craighead County.
Okay. And so can you run through the categories again and then tell us, if do you have about a number of how many people have been nominated for those categories?
And I don't have that number because we have a separate committee that I'm not a part of that have received those nominations. Nominations are in. I can tell you that we've received multiple nominations for every category. And that committee has gone through the process of reviewing all of the information that has been provided, recommending a little more information from the nominees, and then on Friday night, the announcement of the candidates that have won. The candidates, everyone will be announced on, all of the nominees will be announced, but the winner for each of those categories will also be announced that night. Now, we're saying, I'll read the categories here in just a moment, but we're also saying the nominees, and they should know who they are. They have been reached out to. We're welcoming the nominees to attend in person as well if they would like to be present in order to receive the award. But otherwise, we'll deliver to them after the event. And you'll recall this year's categories. This year's categories were, we had the Joyful Noise category, and that was any praise worship leader, a praise team, a choir, but anyone that was in the performance area and in that category that was any performing artist that was worthy of recognition. We had the Unsung Hero Award, and this is just for great deeds of service, of justice, with little or no recognition desired or received. And we have a lot of people out there that do some amazing work on behalf of people in our community who either go unnoticed or really don't want that recognition. And so it's a wonderful way to say thank you to someone who takes on those thankless tasks often. But those thankless tasks are those tasks that mean the most in some instances to the advancement of issues related to equality in our area. We have the Living Legend Award, and this is a living person well known for impacting locally the values and the mission espoused by NAACP related to equality and justice for all. And it's one of those things where, we hear people say, give me flowers while I'm living. All right. And so this is a wonderful way to recognize someone who has been in the trenches, who lives the mission and the values of the NAACP. And so it's a wonderful way to say, hey, we appreciate what you've done over time, and we want to acknowledge you before, while you're here with us. We want to say thank you and acknowledge your efforts. And then we have the Grassroots Advocacy Award, and that's work combining many people, many voices to speak up about issues that impacts people of color or underrepresented groups. So this is just someone who takes on the clarion call and not only speaks on behalf of issues, but also gets others involved in those issues in order to make a difference. So I think about, just off the top of my head today, I just think about all of the marches that occurred. Most of those were individuals who just saw an issue, organized something, and went out into the community in order to take a stand and to make people aware and to advocate for change. And so I know we have a number of those individuals that have been, I said I didn't know, but I know we have a number of people in those categories that have been nominated as well. But it's a really good opportunity to say thank you as well for your advocacy in our community, especially for people of color and underrepresented groups.
Well, I'm excited to hear.
I know, those are the four this year.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear who the nominees and who the winner is.
Yes,
Each of
yes.
those categories, and I'm sure that each person nominated is very deserving. And so, shout out
I'm
to
sure
you.
I'm sure you got nominated somewhere.
I doubt it. I,
Um, look,
I,
mm,
I have been
that's
very
yet to be seen.
You never know.
That's yet to be seen.
well. God bless whoever, if ever, but I haven't been very active this year, and I hope to make the change next year. COVID just kind of shut us down a little bit. It had us operating differently, so we'll see. but
That's the issue. That's the big point right there. We shall see. And to see, you have to tune in on Friday night. All right? You have to
So
tune in on
let
Friday
people
night.
know. So let people know where they can tune in at.
Like I said, that information, the link, if you'll follow the NAACP, Cricket County chapter of NAACP on Facebook, that information will be posted here. I think it's supposed to be posted by Wednesday of this week, all of that information. I know it's going to be streamed on the Cricket County webpage. I'm sorry, Cricket County Facebook page of the NAACP. So make sure you tune in there. We are also trying to get a YouTube stream for individuals that are not necessarily savvy on Facebook. All of that information will be sent out to members this week, and members will be encouraged as well to share that with people in their circle so that individuals have access to the links for the live feed.
Alrighty. Well, when we get off the video, I would definitely share a link to a streaming service that I use that you can Facebook and YouTube simultaneously
at the same time. Excellent.
All right. So we know that each year, last year there was a fee, a ticket fee. And so since many people won't be attending in person, can they still make a donation?
Oh, absolutely. They can still donate to the cause. And, you always hear me say what that website is or what the email address is for our organization. Craig NAACP at gmail.com is the email link. You can also send donations in any kind of way. I would really stress and encourage individuals to tune in on Friday night. I think on Friday night, if you're able to attend, or even if you're able to watch the video after the fact, you will see multiple ways by which you can make donations directly to the organization. We are still, there's always an opportunity for sponsorships and things of that nature for this event. And you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Emma Agnew, you can reach out to other members of the NAACP, and we can provide you with that information. But if you're interested in directly giving, because as you stated, this is normally a ticketed event. This is normally an event where, a meal is served. And again, it is the largest fundraiser that we have for the chapter here in Cricket County for yearly operation. So we're not at the table this year. And so if you're willing to donate and give, I would encourage you to be present on Friday night. Again, that presence means a lot to us as a chapter, but that presence will also allow you to plug in and see what are some other opportunities, not only to give, but what are opportunities that you can volunteer and be engaged in the advocacy that the organization takes on here in Cricket County.
Okay, and also as mentioned last year, there hasn't been a lot of talk yet this year, but there's a scholarship that you all would like to give, and that's a good part, not a reason, but a portion of the proceeds from last year and going forward, they were going to go towards some high school to a high school senior. And so what is the progress? What is the status
Oh, yes,
of the scholarship?
excellent question, because you are correct. Not only do the proceeds support the activities of the local chapter, but the proceeds also support a scholarship, NAACP scholarship in our area that goes to a deserving student. I can tell you from the proceeds last year, scholarship funding has already been established and set aside. we are looking to award that first scholarship to a student at the end of this coming school year. There is a recent committee. There's a committee that was established back, I would say, about 4 months ago. Mr.
Okay.
James Hollywood has been leading that committee for us. That committee has established scholarship criteria, and that committee is finalizing that criteria for the scholarship award. So I would suspect by the beginning of the year that you will see the criteria established, accepted by the local chapter, and distributed to individuals so that they know what's required in order to apply. And then, like I said, I suspect that by the end of this current school year, we'll have an award that will be awarded for a student who's entering post-secondary education in the fall of 2021.
Okay. And then I guess we'll have to have a conversation with the A-State NAACP to see if they are considering doing something similar, maybe on a smaller scale, maybe a booked scholarship or something of that
Something
nature.
similar. And yeah, you would have to dialogue with them. I can say that we do a lot of collaboration together with the A-State chapter.
Okay.
And some members, I know some of their members are actively involved in the local group as well, outside of the campus. And so, yes, ma'am, they take on some of their own fundraising type of activities in the use of their funds are determined by their leadership group there on the campus of Arkansas State.
All right. So let's transition, and we'll definitely, before the show is over, come back and talk about the date, time, and other things related to the gala.
Yeah, but can I just say one other thing? We want all of you to look beautiful like Q.
Oh my God.
Because every day, all right? So when it comes to the gala, just again, make sure you're present, make sure you dress up, make sure you put your best foot forward and your best face on.
This is time to break out all the sparkly stuff.
Yes, it is. We want it to be an engaging time. We want it to be a fun time. But again, we want to celebrate the efforts that are occurring. A lot of great things have transpired in Craighead County. So we want to celebrate those efforts. A lot of great people have put in some tremendous work here in Craighead County. So we want to celebrate those people as well. So be present, engage, and as they say, the young folks say, let's party.
All right. All righty. So let's transition a little bit to voter registration. Now, if anyone has listened to any news anywhere, however you get your news, you've seen all the talk about voting. We know that this is a big election year, and it's not important just to vote on the federal level, the national level. We need to vote and be informed on the local level. We have some people running for state positions. We have people running for new, we're going to have a new mayor in Jonesboro.
Yes.
So we need to know who's going to, we need to be informed on who's running for what their position is, their platform is on those issues that are important to us, and go out and vote. So let's talk about voter registration and deadlines and all that good stuff.
All right, you're dead on there this morning. In that not only are we talking about, there's a presidential election, there are local representatives, state and local representatives that are being elected. We have a mayor's race here in Jonesboro that is a hot race right now. We have a numerous city council races that individuals have put their names in the hat in order to represent our community and to continue to work to move our city forward. And so it is important. This election, and I know we hear that every cycle, that this one is important. And that is true, because every opportunity you get to cast a ballot, whether that's out on a school board race, whether that's on a city council race, every opportunity you get to cast a ballot is important. And so, yes, there is an event that, first of all, there are numerous events that have been held by all over our community, by various churches, by various organizations. So I think that speaks to the fact that it is important that individuals who are not registered have an opportunity to be registered, because your vote, your voice is what we always hear. And so, yes, in Arkansas, we have a deadline that individuals have to be registered by in order to vote in the November election. But before we talk about that, let me just say that in conjunction with the Embassy Suites Hotel in the Hispanic Center here in Jonesboro, the NAACP is sponsoring an event. And that event, if I get my dates correct, it's September the 19th.
Okay.
September 19th, that's a Saturday.
Okay.
September the 19th at the Embassy Suites Hotel.
Tony, we're getting ready to go up into our break. We're going to get ready to have to leave there. We're speaking with Tony Thomas of the Craighead County chapter of the NAACP. Getting ready to go into a break. We will be back in just a moment. This is KLK on 2.5 FM.
Okay.
I still can't get this live stream to act right, so we just gonna have to upload this video, and they'll have to watch after the fact.
Better.
Yeah, but I like the live interaction.
Yeah.
But you know, technology has decided it's taking the day off. So.
I know, and that's the thing that makes me nervous on the live stream on Friday night. You know, you're at the mercy of it.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're still recording. However, there's a service that I use called StreamYard.
StreamYard?
YARD, StreamYard.
Gotcha.
And now with the basic service, and this would be maybe helpful for anyone else out there watching or listening who does a lot of streaming. For the basic service, it's not as customizable as far as like adding your logo. However, if you get the $25 basic package, and then there's a professional package, but the basic paid package for $25, and this is not a paid advertisement, but you get to customize with your own logo and background, and I just like the interface as for streaming over Zoom personally, but yeah.
Okay, I just brought it up here, and we'll definitely take a look at it.
And it's a web-based service versus a standalone app. Okay. So again, for those out there that do a lot of streaming, this is not a paid advertisement for them. This is Quabila's
just
personal
information. Yeah.
So yeah, because don't want Kelly to get in trouble thinking we're promoting something that.
Well, we're not on. We're on a break on the radio, and we're not even streaming. We're just recording a video. So.
Okay. Well.
And you can, like I said, you can share it over multiple platforms.
Yes, like depending on the server, like the service that I have, I can share. I can do two. You can either record only or you can stream. Okay. I mean, you stream and record. And so with the streaming, you get two. You can stream to 2 places at once.
Gotcha.
And then with the professional, you can stream up to 5 places. Okay. So it just depends on what you want to pay for. And then, like, if I can figure out how to add in overlays and videos and add in the little features, and as I'm recording, you can click and add things onto your screen. If I can figure it out,
you can make it. Well, look, you just gave me a shot of confidence right there. Because I'm thinking, I'm not the techie, but if it's
I'm
easy.
Sure stories of when I first started with the station. It was all brand new to me.
Well, you make it look easy. You all make it look easy. So
well, but as today has evidence, technology can still give fits even to people on an advanced level.
Yeah.
And it always happened at random times. I'll tell a quick story. We got enough time before we go back. So one time I was DJing at Osceola High School, and the headphone jack on my laptop broke. So I had no way of getting the sound from the laptop into the speakers. I've got a cafeteria full of kids ready to party because the game just ended. So what do? I had to do a quick improvisation. So basically, the mic still works. So I was literally holding the mic up to the computer speaker. It didn't sound all that, but you know, as the youngsters say, they turned up anyway. We made the most of it. That's actually the worst, when you're out remotely somewhere and it breaks down and you really don't have any recourse there. So everybody getting ready to go back, return on the radio in about 10 seconds.
Okay.
And we're back on Community Conversations on KLK 102.5 FM with our guest, Tony Thomas of the Craighead County chapter of the NAACP.
All right, Mr. Tony. So we're going to finish.
Yes.
I know people are watching this and we're like, okay, what? Anyway, we're going to finish our conversation.
So we did that cliffhanger, I think, before the break. We got them right there on the edge with information, and then we had to go to break. So we'll finish it up.
All right. So you were talking about the event, joint event with the Hispanic Center, the El Centro Hispano, on September 19th?
Correct. And it is going to be held on September 19th from 10 a.m. To 2 p.m. It's there at the Embassy Suites, who's also a partner with us on this project. And we will have, there will be entertainment. I think our KLEK's very own Leganza Kell is going to be there as well.
I will.
There's music, there's entertainment, there's going to be food, there's fun, just an opportunity to fellowship in a socially distant kind of way.
You don't know this yet, but she's going to be there.
She's going to be there as well. That's right.
We volunteering you, because the Jets bus will be running during that time.
We love our radio personalities there with us. And so by all means, we look forward to you all being there with us on that day. And again, it will be it's designed to be a drive-through event if that's what you so desire. But there's also an opportunity to, depending on what the weather's like, there's a patio there. There's some internal rooms there that are climate controlled in the event that you want to park, you want to get out, get some food, sit down, do your voter registration and different things like that. So there'll be a drive-through component for those that just want to drive through and keep moving. And there will be a sit-down component for those that desire to do that. But again, the push on that day is to ensure that we get everyone that desires to register to vote. And as I tell people, even if you don't desire to register to vote and you're not, get there so we can register you to vote. It should be a really good day. I understand that the local census individuals will be there. Some enumerators will be there as well, because again, voting and the count goes hand in hand. We just want to make sure that those who haven't participated in the census also have an opportunity to do that on that day. And again, if they're at the Embassy Suites, we're going to be on the side in the rear. If you're parking, you park in the rear on that day, not in the front. Off of in the area back by off of Olympic Drive, I think that is, on the backside by the Combo Center. So come out, fellowship with us, dance around a little bit if the music gets you to moving, and just come out and get registered so we can make sure you have an opportunity to participate in the upcoming elections this year.
And we want to remind people, kind of going back to the census, for every person that is counted, that's what, up to $3,000? Is it $3,000?
Yes, just in local funding. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then that goes over the span of 10 years as well, because that's how the census goes. And so just think of the funding that your county, your city needs for schools, for roads, for other projects. You know, we can't depend on our city funds to provide all of those, to fund all those projects. And so we got to have money coming in from somewhere.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to be counted. If someone sleeps on your couch, count them. Now, I know some people are worried about, you know, what about if I give government services, this, that, or whatever.
Does this guy count?
unless,
Can I count him?
unless you pay taxes or something. I don't know how that all works.
I feed him and stuff. He's a dependent.
And he sleeps on your couch, right?
We definitely have to ask that question.
But it is important, though. I mean,
It
if you are a human being and you live in the house, go ahead, put it down. I know some people have fears that, well, I've got someone in the house who technically not supposed to be there. Well, government agencies will not be checking that info. Right. So if you got someone hiding in your house, nobody's going to know.
And it really doesn't matter. Like you said, this information that's provided to the census is not shared with any other entity. All right, that's a federal law that information cannot be shared. And so information provided to the census is protected and it is not shared across entities, across agencies. And so you can be forthcoming with your information. Of course, the census, I know there's been a lot of talk in the news related to the census. As Quabila also stated, this is where a lot of tax dollars are allocated for our areas. And so you keep saying, I hear people say all the time, I'm tired of them taxing me. Well, if you will allow us to get the taxes that are allocated to us already, then local government schools won't have to keep asking you for money because they'll be getting what's due them from the duly apportioned taxes that are there anyway. So I see this as an opportunity to keep taxes low in my local community by providing my information to the federal government. So I get what I know they're taking back into the community anyway.
That's right. And then, of course, people are worried about the enumerators coming to their home. They are being trained, or they've been trained to keep the distance, and all they really need is your number of people in the house, probably your ethnicity, your gender, and maybe your household income. And again, go ahead.
Yeah, and they don't even want income information in this. There's no income information. I think the only thing they need in addition to what you stated is the date of birth for the individuals in the household. And again, if you don't even provide that, they're going to take what you provide them in order to get the count. So how many people are in the household, and if you give names, you're good, and we keep rolling. But we encourage you to participate fully. Because one of the other reasons I do a lot of genealogy study for my family, trying to learn history and go back. And I know after a certain period of time, though, census records, it's a long period of time. Census records are kind of just some of that basic information is released to the public. And so it's been neat to trace my family roots through the census to know that they were here in Georgia or they were here in Florida based upon they recorded their information with the census, and I can get a name, I can get a date of birth, and I can get a location of where some of those family members were. So again, multiple purposes, and you'll never know who's going to be looking for you one day.
I know that's right.
Right. And so we'll be dead and gone by the time our information is released, but it provides a record for the generations to come as to where the descendants actually live and where those descendants actually hopefully thrive.
Okay. And so I studied sociology, so I know all too well why this information is important on a statistical level. Again, like you stated, it helps to allocate funds.
Yes.
And also determines the type of programs, that are possible, the funding for those programs. If there's a large youth population in our city, well, then a youth organization is more likely to get more money. But again, we're not going to get too deep into that, but please fill out the census.
Yes, fill it out. It all comes down to make sure you participate in the census and to make sure you and your household are counted. I can tell you people of color are generally underrepresented in the census. Don't forget your children. children are normally underrepresented in the census. And so make sure you're inclusive of everyone, as we've said, that lives in the household. And I think they look at April 1st as that benchmark for the census. And so it's looking at who was in your household on April 1st of 2020. And that's how you respond to that census. I have a university student. He's not counted in my count this year because he was counted in his count there at the university. Universities sometimes provide a count of individuals there. But again, if they're in your household, if they're living in your household, regardless of who they are, make sure you include them in that number.
Okay.
All right. So census and voter registration, September 19th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Embassy Suites in conjunction with the Embassy Suites in the Hispanic Center here in Jonesboro. We're honored. We're honored to work with them in order to put on this event. And as I stated, our radio personalities from KLEK are also going to be there. They're always supportive of events in our community. And so they're also going to be there. And so we're looking for a good day of food, a good day of fellowship, a good day of registration.
Who's going to be on the grill?
Now, as we talked before the show, I don't queue.
I didn't ask with you. I said who?
I don't queue. And so since I don't queue, I don't keep up with who queues. All right.
So what he's saying is, now.
But it will be there. It will be there.
Somebody will be there.
Somebody will queue.
But I'm gonna enjoy the queue no matter who's queuing the queue.
That's gonna be our big question. That's gonna be who queues.
So there you have it, people. Free food, and we know people love free food. But you got to register to vote.
Correct.
And one question: yeah. Will there be applications for absentee voting? Have you talked to the county clerk's office?
Right, and there will be applications that day for absentee votes. You have to complete that absentee voter request yourself. And you have to get that in to the clerk, but we will have those applications there that day so that you can request an absentee vote. And remember, this year, the governor has set aside no excuse. For the most part, no excuse. Because of COVID, you can request a ballot even though you're not out of your voting area or there's not a medical condition. You can request an absentee vote if you have any concerns about going to the polls, either in early voting or on Tuesday, November the 3rd. You can request that absentee voting with no excuse and receive that to vote for the general election this year. So yeah, we will have those applications there as well.
All right. So, and again, we just want to remind people why it's important to vote. Your voice matters, especially on the local level. Your voice matters. Who gets the city council seat? Who gets the mayor seat? Who gets the there are some justice of the peace, I think, running.
Yes, yeah, we have some JP. Yes.
Those individuals serve as they're equivalent to the city council, but on a county level. Yes. And so they serve in the quorum court. And so you want to know who's running for what, who's running on what platform. Are they going to serve you in your interests? I know everyone is not going to meet the needs of every single person. However, we would like for the best person possible to get that position that's going to make the best choices possible for the city of Jonesboro and for the Cricket County. So we need to take that into account when we're voting for people, not just because, I don't know the rest of them and this person's familiar or they're popular. We got to get away from that.
Yes.
Definitely got to get away from that.
We're in an age where everybody has a website. Everybody has, 90% of the candidates will have Facebook. But again, just using your phone to go to the websites of the local candidates makes a difference in you finding out information about what their stances are and the things that they're going to advocate for. It's also important that we vote for individuals who listen and will hear the concerns that we have. If there's anything I despise more, it's a candidate who has ideas that don't represent the local population. So it's not about them going into office with their ideas, but it's about also listening to the local population so that they can espouse the values and the things that we want to see take care. So yes, local elections are just as important as our national elections, because they set laws and policies in place that impact us sometimes more so here in the local area than state and federal statutes. So yes, you got to get engaged with our city council races, with our mayor's race. We got to get engaged with our quorum court races, because they are just as important, if not so, than the state federal level.
And as I always say, the impact of these local elections you feel immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example, like with the MLK, once the MLK vote was finally decided on, you immediately, days after, saw the signs go up. And a quick programming note, as Tony mentioned, by getting to know the local candidates. Of course, KLK is your spot to get to know these candidates. And please tell my laptop is not freezing. Anyway, KLK is where you can get to know these local candidates, as we are continuing to interview them on Community Conversations. And if you've missed any, you can go on our Facebook and just scroll through the videos and see past candidates. And I'll just kind of quickly give an overview of who's coming up soon. So tomorrow we will have Mrs. Emma Agnew running for Ward 1, Position 2. And let's see, we've got Chris Gibson on this Friday. We've got Linda Elwood Denny on this Thursday. So, of course, quick programming note, October 1st, KLK will host a debate between the three candidates running for Mayor of Jonesboro: Andy Shatley, Harold Copenhaver, and Thomas L. Wood. So just got to stay tuned to KLK all through election season so that you can hear from each one of these candidates running for office.
And so it is not enough just to vote. Once you voted and we have new people in position, or the same person, we need to then go to these meetings, city council meetings. I know things are different now, so tune into the live videos. Talk to your city council person. Get to know your mayor. Invite them to events. We have to be more engaged citizens. It's once we vote someone in, whoever wins, then let's continue that relationship and communication. Because if an issue arises, then we're going to be calling on the NAACP to say, okay, can you come represent us in this issue? We've seen that across the nation. I don't know if Craighead County NAACP has had to step in and, be a voice for someone, but I've seen it in quite a few stories.
And that is the role of the NAACP. Our role is to advocate and to ensure policies and opportunities for equality exist in communities, as well as the nation in a broad sense. And so, yes, there have been, I can tell you there's been numerous opportunities where individuals have either felt they were wronged, or individuals felt like they were being mistreated. There have been plenty of opportunities like that where the NAACP has advocated for individuals. Here now, especially with a lot of housing related issues regarding poor housing or poor conditions from a landlord. I know the NAACP has been engaged in, our local chapter has been engaged in. When you start looking at educational opportunities and some mistreatment of students in a couple of our local school districts, or students who felt they were mistreated in a couple of our local school districts, then we've had individuals that have advocated in those settings for those individuals. So it's not necessarily about always being right or always being wrong. It's just about acknowledging the angst that individuals have experienced in certain areas and being an advocate for that. We have a number of lawyers here in our community that will, first of all, we have a number of lawyers who are members of the NAACP, but we also have some legal individuals who who provide their time in order to provide direction to individuals in certain circumstances to ensure a positive outcome related to mistreatment that they feel they have faced.
Okay. All right. So again, voter registration and entertainment and all that.
Yes.
Food on September 19th.
All that on September 19th. And I just want to remind people that, that event is very timely because the last day for an individual to vote, to register to vote, is October 5th in the state of Arkansas. So if you want to vote on November 3rd, or you want to vote in early voting, actually beginning October 19th, then you have to register by Monday, October 5th. In order to be on the roll for the vote in November. So that's a very timely event, and probably one of the final events, one of the last few events.
So Tony, as we get ready to go to break, could it be possible you could be the next president, especially if Mrs. Agnew wins her race? We're going to get you in some kind of office. We can't get you for mayor, but we're going to get you for something.
Oh my goodness. We have elections coming up. And so
I'm going to nominate Tony. And with that, we're going to get ready to go to a break. We're speaking with Tony Thomas of the Craighead County chapter of the NAACP, talking about all things elections, census, voter registration, the gala, the voter registration event coming up September 19th. So much is going on, and we definitely want you to be a part of it because this is your community, and this is your radio station, Jonesboro's community radio station, where it's about your life and your music. It's the KLEK on 2.5 FM. And we're now inside of our second break.
You do me so bad, man.
He's determined to get you into something.
It's not me. I'm just being serious. It's just people that I hear, like especially like when the mayoral thing was coming up. I'm just being honest with you. There was two names that I always heard: Bobby Long and Tony Thomas.
Okay.
Those were the two names that I was hearing from the grassroots people were hoping to run. Obviously, the constituencies were different, but
I'm extremely blessed, my man, to lead the effort out at TRDC right now.
But I mean, I do get it on a serious note. I mean, people have actually asked me, "Well, why did you stop by running?" So
I'm all for that.
But I tell people I can do more good in this community,
correct,
with KLEK than running for office. Because once you run for office, then you got to actually declare positions. And
yes.
And as my cousin once said, once you declare positions, half the town turns on you.
You lose half.
Because depending on what side of an issue you come on, the folks that are on the other side, it's like, nope, we don't want anything else to do with him.
Yeah.
So
and I tell people all the time, I've been called. My calling right now is to my household. I have a darling little 16, about to turn 17-year-old princess who runs me around and around. And so I've really not been willing to, work keeps me busy. And then there's nothing else that I want to take me away from what I feel like God has called me to do here in my home. And so
you got to be mayor of the house.
Correct. You can try to run everything else, but if you ain't running home, you got a problem.
Right.
And so until my babies are away and thriving, and I've been around both the mayor, I've been around the county judge in various capacities, and I know the demands of positions like that. And so yes, I'm not willing to commit in any way until I know that I've done what God has called me to do with those in my house.
And it's interesting because the CRDC announcement just played on the radio. And we definitely thank CRDC for their sponsorship and support of KLEK. We cannot do this without the support of our sponsors and our donors that help keep KLEK on the air and keep us going, keep us being able to provide the service that we do to the community.
Yes, and we definitely appreciate the outreach and audience of KLEK, and we really want to support in more ways than we're able to at this point in time.
Well, we appreciate all the support, whether it's money, volunteering, sharing flyers or sharing posts, praying for us. All levels of support are appreciated.
Yes, sir. We got you covered there, then.
All right, well, we got about one more announcement left. That's 15 seconds, so stand by, and then we will
always seems like
wrap this thing on up.
Woo.
All right, about 10 more seconds, and then we will wrap this thing on up. All right, stand by. And we're back on Community Conversations on KLK 102.5 FM. Wrapping up with our guest, Tony Thompson of the Craighead County chapter of the NAACP. And we've just been having a great time today. Of course, for those that are on the radio, you may have noticed that there is no live feed. Unfortunately, the Facebook Live did not want to act right on this Labor Day, but we are recording the video. So the video will be uploaded to Facebook at the conclusion of this show. So tell your friends to check it out in case they missed it.
All right, so let's just go through and wrap up, the conversation. And so for those who may have missed the beginning, the gala, 2020 gala, will be a little different this year, semi-virtual. A few people will be in attendance at the Glass Factory, but very few.
Yes.
So let's talk about those details real quick.
Yes, September the 11th. That's also as a part of that night, we're going to remember, September the 11th is a significant event in American history as far as the Twin Towers. And so the destruction of the Twin Towers and an act of terrorism. So there will be a part of the ceremony where acknowledgement and respect is paid to those that sacrificed their life on that, or lost their lives on that day. In that act of terrorism. But September the 11th, from 6 till about 7:30, we will be live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and we will be sharing that information via email, via Facebook, as well as via KLEK this week. So make sure you tune in for that. And we will recognize the nominees and the award winners for our Joyful Noise, our Unsung Hero, our Living Legend, and our Grassroots Advocacy Award. We're going to have live music. We're going to have, I think Leganzi is going to be there as well with some music that night. And then we will have just a great time of fellowship and fun. We're going to ask everyone to dress up. We're going to ask everyone to, put it on. We're going to be asking you to share and send pictures our way that will be shared as a part of the live stream because we want to have it. COVID has provided some restrictions, but we want to party just like we've always partied as a part of this event the time that we've held it. And so we're going to say, tune in with us, join us September the 11th, Friday, September the 11th, from beginning at 6.
Okay, and so again, usually this is a ticketed event, but people can still donate,
right?
Because you all have a scholarship that you are trying to fund, that you're going to fund, not trying.
The first scholarship from the first event will be awarded here in the 2021 school year, and so those criteria, that scholarship is already in the works, and we will appreciate the support that is provided as a part of this event for the local chapter as well as for the scholarship to a deserving student. And there will be plenty of opportunities to donate on Friday night through the event. So again, tune in there so that you can be supportive not only of the efforts of the local chapter, but also the efforts of providing educational opportunities for individuals who are seeking to improve their quality of life. So tune in, have some fun, but also support some worthy causes as a part of the event on Friday night.
All right, and also don't forget about the awards. There'll be 4 different categories, and I'm looking forward to seeing who the nominees are and who the winners are. We want to, as you said before, give them their flowers while they live.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the host of the show?
I don't know. Who's hosting?
Oh, I should know this, right? I know.
Leganzi know?
Leganzi?
I remember seeing it somewhere, but I don't remember.
Angela, is it her last name Wilson?
Oh, Oh, shout out to the Mrs. She just said Javon Newsom, Elder
Oh,
Javon Newsom of
Elder
New St.
Newsom
John Missionary Baptist Church.
and I think it's, I know her name. Married to Eric Wilson.
oh, Ashley.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking Angela. Ashley Wilson and Elder Newsom are going to be the host. And and if you know anything about Elder Newsom, you know she can sing.
I knew she could preach, but
Oh, she can sing too.
She can sing as well. Sister can preach and sister can sing. And so I think we're going to
two for one, y'all. 2 for 1.
Yeah, we're going to be in a treat in both ways, I think, there. And Ashley Wilson and Elder Newsom are the hosts for this year's event. And we appreciate their commitment and their time to be with us on Friday night.
All right, so this sounds like it's going to be a fun time.
Always.
So we definitely don't want to miss that.
Always. And like I said, even though we're not going to all be present, I think it's just going to be just as much, just as many opportunities to engage and just as many opportunities to have a wonderful time on Friday night and to celebrate, like I said, to celebrate some amazing people in our community, but also to be supportive of the efforts of the local chapter of the NAACP.
All righty. And then voter registration.
Yes.
On September 19th.
September 19th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. On the parking lot of the Embassy Suites. We will be indoors and outdoors for those that want a climate controlled temperature. There's entertainment, there's food, there's fun, there's fellowship, there's voter registration, as well as information on registering for the census. And that's going to be held at the Embassy Suite in conjunction with the NAACP, the Hispanic Center, and in the hotel there, the Embassy Suites. Our very own KLEK personalities will be there in support as they are in so many other venues in activities. And so make sure you come out. If you just want to drive through, you can drive through and get registered to vote. It's important that you are on the voter rolls so that you can cast your vote in this monumental election that we're having on Tuesday, November 3rd.
And
about a minute and a half left.
Don't forget about absentee voting.
Absentee voting is available on the day. And I also want to say that on September 21st, that a couple of days after that, we will have we've been meeting by Zoom as a chapter here in Craighead County. And so on after the September 19th event, you will be able to, like I said, you will be able to register for absentee voting, as well as there's some membership information that we'll have there about NAACP. We will have our regular Zoom meeting on Monday, the 21st as well.
Well, Tony, we definitely thank you as always for stopping by. Always a pleasure. I mean, the hour just flies by so fast. Don't forget about all of those events.
I appreciate you guys letting me wear my t-shirt today, which was a little freeing, a little more liberating.
Well, hey, I got mine on too. So, I mean, of course, Q is always dialed up as the queen does. You know, we took today off.
Well, I've been slumming it, so I had to come back.
All right, we're going to get ready to leave it there. For those of you once again listening on the radio, thank you for listening. We will upload the video as soon as we get off the air because we did have technical difficulties with the live stream. You guys have a great and blessed day, and happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
And if you have some barbecue, call the station, let us know where it's at. I'll come by and get a plate. This is KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right.
All right, well, thank you guys and
thank
gals. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Let me find the stop recording thing. So,